wield the ultimate power in the universe.
Last will be last.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of darkness.
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
Hello, how's it going, guys? So good to see you. Welcome to
I was like, who's
LightSaber
gonna do it?
Radio, your favorite podcast ever. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. Share it. Follow us. All that fun stuff. Because we're all addicted to technology, so you might as well fill your technology with us, right? How's everybody doing today?
Other than that awkward silence right there, great.
That was so funny.
That was no awkward silence.
I was like, was it
Bodhi,
me? Was it you? Was it you?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
me?
Let's ask in the comments. Bodhi, did you notice an awkward silence? No, I don't know what you're talking about. That was perfect. Perfect timing.
How you doing, Bodhi? It's good to see you in the chat.
We're struggling without Kyle. Okay, Kyle's
Hey,
still
Chris.
gone. So we're just gonna keep chugging along. How was everybody's week? Dude, my week sucked balls. What about you guys?
Real fast, I want to acknowledge something on the Instagram. Somebody had went out of their way and commented, "When's Kyle gonna be back?" Bro,
Damn, are we that bad? Fuck you. Who did that?
Yeah, I
Who
know.
did
That's how
that?
I felt. I was like,
Fuck
"Hey,
you.
he is at a family function. We have stated this. If you don't,
I thought
pay
we did
attention to
okay.
what- I mean, yeah. I mean, we all look exhausted.
I
We
had
all
some
look like
people
we
say,
worked
hey,
40
Kyle should
hours
leave
in
the
2
show for
days.
sure. Like, I don't like Kyle anyways. Nobody said that.
He's good. I'm telling you.
He's
They're
good.
all
He's
here
got
for
that
Kyle.
voice. He's got that voice of an angel. The Baby Yoda shirt. Oh, you're
yeah.
both wearing. Am I the only
Yeah.
one not wearing a Baby Yoda shirt?
I forgot I had this one and I saw
didn't
it in
get
the drawer. I'm
memo,
like,
I
I'm gonna
guess.
wear
Thanks,
it.
guys.
I'm gonna wear it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Next time I'll send the memo a little earlier. My bad.
Yeah.
We got a
You know,
quote.
it's okay. Next week we're all gonna wear Ben Swallow shirts.
I
Are
don't
you
have
gonna
one.
send me a Ben Solo shirt?
No,
I know, right?
I'm not wearing shirts. Good job. Except for
I
Kim.
was like, I wouldn't put it past you to have a Ben Swallow shirt.
Yeah, we don't want to get kicked off. No, I meant like everybody not wear a shirt except for Kim.
Oh, I can't do
'cause
that.
don't wanna get kicked off.
Yeah, no, I think that would be an immediate dismissal of the YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, except for Kim.
What happened to
YouTube.
Kyle's like, what happened to that episode? Well, we got kicked off.
He's like, I was
Well.
gone for 1 week, and okay.
Shit's on fire. What the hell?
Bodhi got it. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. All right. For the Hoth Breaker today, courtesy of Kim, she thought of this. Who would win in a fight, the Clone Troopers or the Stormtroopers?
Okay,
I think it's
I have a specific question about this then. Are we going 5-0 first versus 5-0 first? Because those are both the elite squadrons on both ends.
Yes, let's do that. Because
Okay.
really.
yes. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can do that.
Vader's 5-0 first were were clones, and when the clones got too old, the clones trained the subscripted soldiers.
So they didn't miss like in flipping Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
Golly.
So okay, 5-0 first versus the other 5-0 first. I'm a clone sympathizer. I always will be.
hmm
My biased ass is going to say the clones, but I think the Stormtroopers would put up a good old fight.
That's what
If
I
we're
think
talking
too.
about like the 5-0 first, I think the Stormtroopers win. If we're talking about the average, I think the clones win.
Yeah,
You're going-
average. I think clones would destroy stormtroopers.
You're
They were
talking.
built.
You're talking Rex, Jesse, Echo 5s, heavy. You're talking the 5-0 first of the clone army.
I'm aware
the
of what I'm
Grand
talking
Army of the Republic. But like
Here's my difference. Here's the difference. Okay, when you're in a time of war, your troops, yeah, you're going to train them to the best of your ability. But when you're fighting another really big power, I don't feel like you have the same kind of timing, money, and resources to train your guys. Meanwhile, you're
Right.
just fighting some small rebel insurgents. You have a lot more time to really perfect your guys, and your guys are going to have a lot more resources and cash available. So that's why I'm thinking the Empire 501st is probably going to be a little bit better, just because they have a little bit more time. They're not so crunched with a large scale war, if that makes
Right.
sense.
No.
Because I would argue,
Yeah.
like, as badass as World War II vets were, they probably couldn't be as well trained as today's military veterans because so many were drafted and just sent out, right?
Right.
And
I
no
think
Well, that's what
I
I'm
have
saying,
an
it's
argument
like-
against that though, because due to the our military now is more tactically, they have more of a tactical advantage. But those boys that went over in World War II, they went over there off of pure pride,
Oh, I know, tough mother truckers.
pure
tough
pure
mother truckers.
pride.
But
These guys went through the Great Depression. These guys went
Right.
starved out. Like I feel like World War II, the boys in World War II would probably
for
put
sure.
a heavy
Right,
fight
but
down.
I'm
There's
talking on a purely
There's a
training
huge,
standpoint.
huge difference between the military then and the military now. Like, I'm not gonna say embarrassing, but it's breakdown.
It's just the training.
Out of anybody that could say that though, like the training and the morale and all that, you could, Kim, because you were an active service member at one point. You can definitely say that because, I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, validate. No, I'm just saying like
No.
you did your time. You served in the United States military. So for you to say that says a lot.
Even from when I got out. I mean, my husband's still in, he's active duty, but things are so much different in training. And it's just like, it's kind of like it's jaw dropping how different it is. And it's kind of sad. But I think they're trying to go in certain, yeah. So like, it's not as good. The training will always stay pretty much the same, but it's the way they approach it and the way I guess. So like when I went through basic training, it was really they were in your face. I mean, they were the drill sergeants were there. They pushed you, and you had to deal with it. Now there's like stress cards. So if there's
you
stress
can have
cards.
you can have your cell phone. There's stress cards.
Yep.
You can take
Yes.
So maybe that was a bad comparison.
No, well, I think
in the Galactic Republic.
No, because with the Galactic Republic, the clones, if they were having some sort of experience or like an issue, they were capable of taking a minute and they'd have another clone replace them. With the Empire, you had a moment, Vader fucking killed you.
Yeah.
Like he did not care. So the comparison is actually quite similar. In World War II, they didn't give a shit. You're going to get on that front line. You're going to hold that M1 Grand and you're going to be firing. You need to go burn that fucking hole out where all those guys are hiding out with a flamethrower. My great grandfather did that.
I'm sorry.
The comparison is very similar.
That's a stupid comparison.
No, it's not. Like I said, the comparison between the two is actually very similar. Because, like I said, with the Empire, they're more World War II based soldiers. You have to go do this. We need you to do this. I don't care if that's a family of 4. You're going to go take them out of their house, and we're going to put them into slavery, and so on and so forth. And the clones were, like I said, are more active duty today where, hey, that clone just had a psychological break. We need to get him back to Camino to get help. And we're going to replace him with somebody else. Or we're going to take a minute.
At the same time, when you're the Empire in charge of everything, fighting just a small group of rebels, you're going to have a lot more resources and money and time to train your soldiers. Yeah. Especially your elite soldiers. Meanwhile, when you're in the middle of a war, you're not rushing it, but you're not going to have that same level of resource to train your guys.
Exactly.
I feel like. So that's why I feel like the Galactic Empire, at least for their elites, are going to be trained a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Camino had its own training facility where they would do that.
And they were trained from like birth and stuff.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I don't know. This is like an episode on itself. We may not think so, but this, like, to get down to a narrow science on this. The second they were able to walk, they were in immediate training. Clones were,
Yeah, so that's why I think
Empire.
the average clone beats the average stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Right.
But when
yeah.
it comes to like elite, that's where I might differ from you.
That's fair.
And not only that, if there's clones who are training these stormtroopers in the 501st, they're going to know all the tactics of said clone troopers. They're going to know, just like how like they took the information from Fives when they had him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to know all the plans, everything that they're going to possibly do. They'll just know everything.
Oh, they took it from Echo. They took it from Echo.
Oh, yeah, Echo. Sorry.
I was sitting there, I'm like, well, I mean,
yeah.
I picked up what you were throwing down there.
Yeah.
All right. Which one would you rather be a part of?
I'm going clones. Oh, wait.
You'd rather be a clone?
Yeah.
I'd be a clone. I don't know.
That
their brotherhood.
Uniforms are cooler.
No, I'm not talking about uniform. I think that just their brotherhood alone with each other, their closeness, I'll die for you, you'll die for me. We're going in heavy no matter what.
But we've never seen what Stormtrooper brotherhood is like. You know what I mean? No. Like the Stormtroopers, they could have the same mentality towards one another, but we've never seen it, which is why I think that we should have a show. Just saying.
I think that would be honestly like I think they should get into that because I would not mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing like how was training for a clone trooper, how was their first battle, because like you can get on YouTube and you can look up 501st memoirs,
right,
where the clone trooper 501st talk about their first experience on Geonosis and their training on Camino and all the battles with Skywalker or Kenobi or helping the 312th or the 212th or and I think if we did get that, I would watch the hell out of it. I don't know what it is about the soldiers thing.
Well, it's like Clone Wars. Like I don't know if it's because I was in the military that I'm just interested in how they operated. You know what I mean? But with the clones, we got all that. We got all the brotherhood. We got the issues with the soldiers. We got time. We got everything, and it was perfect, and I feel like they could definitely do something like that with Stormtroopers. Definitely.
Right. Like Stormtroopers probably have a brotherhood too. I feel like anytime you're with other people going through hell, you share a special bond.
Tori, my lovely woman's in the chat, and she popped off and said, "Stormtrooper brotherhood is centered around don't accidentally shoot me."
Yes.
Why?
It's true. You form a bond with that.
I think that's just an altogether census of understanding with the group is like, if you don't point that thing at me, we'll be safe.
Right.
That's just it.
Okay.
This was good.
Any other
liked that, Kim.
Yeah.
So the topic of the show, golly guys, is it really true that Obi-Wan series is coming out this week?
I'm still in shock because I could have swore it was the beginning of the month. I just got back from Disney. I'm just done with it. I want the end of the month to be here. And holy shit, did it show up a little faster when Kyle.
Well, I think it's crazy because like it felt like it was taking forever. And at the moment I decided, all right, I'm just like, whatever. At the moment I came to peace with the fact that I'm going to have to wait. Then it like speeds up and gets here. And I'm like, what? So it was weird.
Right.
So with that, what are some predictions that you think is going to happen?
All right, I'm going to throw one out there, and it's not because I love the clones, but I think we're going to see some clones.
Honestly,
I could see that. Morrison coming back like Rex or Cody or something.
I think if he is to show up, he's showing up as Rex. I don't think we'll get a Cody because Cody turned around and became a part of the 501st and was part of Vader's Legion.
And was awesome.
Yeah.
So he was a part of Vader's hand. So if we did get a Cody,
oh God,
if we did get Cody, I would lose my shit. Oh man, I'm screaming up and down. Like, I love Cody. I have his Black Series figure. That was the first clone trooper I ever bought.
Yeah,
that's actually fair. Yeah,
Like, I
I
would
hadn't
die.
thought of that, but now that you mention it, that might actually be a thing, and I'd be keen to see it.
Even if we got Cody as a part of Vader's hand, as leading the his 501st Squadron, because obviously Rex
But-
ain't doing it.
Didn't we
I don't
see?
know. He's
Didn't
not
they
really
have? Didn't they have like pictures of like not like, but it was Kenobi and Anakin. They were both in their armor from Clone Wars. So do you think we could get some flashbacks?
of like Clone Wars flashback?
Yeah,
Dude, that'd be
'Cause
sick.
I want to say that there was an image floating around. Maybe it's like a false image, and maybe someone made it.
I would
But
like to get a flashback.
Right? I mean, they did it with Grogu. You know what I mean?
And they did it
So,
with Boba Fett. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing that flashback moment. You see Rosaria's Ahsoka, but a little bit de-aged, so she kind of looks like that teenager still, and Anakin standing there in his armor, that ugly looking armor. I don't know what Dave was thinking with that outfit. And then you have Obi-Wan with, and then you got Cody and Rex standing with him.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If Disney does not hit that nail right on the head, they're missing out. Because that's just
They should have
that's
done it
just
sooner.
that's just a nostalgic moment that I think people would talk about for months on end.
Yeah, I'd be down to see a couple flashbacks. I don't. Sorry, Tori. A Cody redemption story? No, Cody's bad. Let Cody be bad. I like bad people.
Cody
or bad
shot
characters.
Kenobi. I don't think he's coming back from that.
Plus, Chris, I think makes a good point. I feel like clones would be pretty phased out. So if we did see
Yeah.
Tamara Morrison in some kind of clone persona, it would either be a flashback or it would be Rex.
I'd like to see Rex. I
Who
fuck with
doesn't want to
Rex.
see Rex?
I fuck with Rex. I really do. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I like Cody. I love his armor. I love that he was very like, if you like read up on Cody or you ever like get into the comics where it's Kenobi and all that. Cody had this thing about him during the Clone Wars that was just a mystery. Like, you didn't know what
Yeah,
kind of clone he was in the Clone Wars, other than he was
exactly.
Kenobi's right hand. So if we did get a few moments of him in a flashback, yes, hands down, I would. Fuck Disney, I'll pay you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want, but I'll try. But
What
I
about
think
you
if
guys?
anything, it'll be Rex, because everybody loves Rex. He was just a different breed of clone when Clone Wars started. He's like that uncle that everybody wants to hang out with and do shit with. Like, you have that uncle that it's like, he's in town. We got to go and get fucked up and smashed at the bar. And then we're going to go have tacos at 4:00 in the morning. And then he's going to come to work with me the next day and everybody's going to meet him at work. Like, he's that guy to me.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah. One thing that I'm excited for, I think Uncle Owen will actually play a big role in the series. Because before, he's always seen him as kind of like a side character, inconsequential, just kind of there. The only role he really plays is getting roasted, literally.
So you've seen that. So you've seen that TikTok. Noted.
Yeah, dude. Of course. But I'm expecting and hoping him to play a bigger role. One, I don't think Disney would get, because his career's grown since he played Owen in like the prequels.
Right.
Like, he's become a fairly big actor since then. So I don't think Disney would spend a lot of money to bring him back just to have him play some inconsequential role. I don't think they would get that big of an actor unless you needed that big of an actor. So I think he's going to play a big role, and I'm really excited for that because I really like him. I love that actor.
He's watching.
In that
he's watching Luke.
Well, in that little scene that we got with him is like,
yeah,
like you trained his father.
No, when the time comes, he needs to be trained. Like, you trained his father. Like, there's going to be more than just that one interaction between them.
That hurt my heart a little. So
it didn't hurt my heart. I went, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying.
He did not hesitate. He was set.
That was cold, bro. Like, that was
was cold.
That was too much. Like,
yep.
That's just not cool. That's too far.
Um,
But yeah, damn, that was intense. It was
Like-
cold.
The one who's responsible for Anakin's fall is Anakin, not Kenobi. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think the lack of like consistent training by Obi-Wan, because like in Brotherhood, he just once. Okay, in the book, I don't know if you guys have heard it yet or read it.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, it's right after the Battle of Geonosis, right? He turns around, and Anakin is granted Jedi Knight right out the gate. He doesn't get to finish any of the training. He doesn't do the trials. Nobody does the trials anymore because they need guys leading the front lines of these clones. They need the Jedi.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan even states in the book, he's like, I still call him Padawan. I feel like he still has so much to learn and all this. And he's arrogant at times, and that's a problem. He needs to be more reserved in a moment that's like this. And then Obi-Wan notices that he kind of enjoys the fact that he's like that because he doesn't need that 1,000% training that we give every other fucking Jedi. He's the chosen one, they say. And I'm like, dude, make up your mind. Do you want him to be more trained, or do you just want him to be him? Because if he's going to be him, he's going to be emotional. He's going to get angry. He's going to do all these things, which we saw, and it led to.
I mean, they could say that they don't get emotional and they hold that. But I feel like all of them are emotional at certain times. Even Kenobi.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
We saw
sorry,
his
go on.
emotions. We saw his emotions when Duchess was killed.
Yeah.
We saw his emotions when Ahsoka left. Like when Ahsoka left the Order, you can't say that all four of those Grandmasters or three of the Grandmasters and the one master. He wasn't even a master. Poor Anakin. Damn it. All their emotions, all four of them had even Plo Koon, the guy who doesn't have eyeballs or much of a facial reaction. You could see his reaction, his just pure sadness in his face because they gave him the animation of his mask and his eyes just dropped in like, we really fucked up.
I liked him.
You can't say they don't have emotions, like Kim said. You just can't, because we saw it with Ahsoka. We've seen it when other Jedis lose their masters or their Padawans. In a Master and Apprentice, the other Jedi that's on that planet protecting the heir to that whole planet, he literally lost his Padawan and decided to go to another planet and just be a man whore and watch over this little girl because he lost his Padawan and he can't face the Jedi Order. Like, you can't tell me that they don't have emotions and they have to bottle them up. Like, stop it.
Right.
It's a lie.
And I think that's a major theme in the prequels is like the conflict between the Jedi Code and just being a person, and how the Jedi Code limiting, like completely erasing emotions isn't necessarily the best way to do it. Yeah, control your emotions and keep them in check, but you can never eliminate them completely. Now, Obi-Wan not being a good enough master, I think he could have been. I think Obi-Wan from episode 3 could have been a good master for Anakin from the beginning. But because he started too soon, Obi-Wan was still kind of learning. Obi-Wan still wasn't fully ready to take on a Padawan. So, I mean, Obi-Wan had the potential. It was just too soon. Not to mention you have a whole war going on at the same time, so he's not really able to be all that present of a master.
Like Tori said here.
Yeah,
I
was gonna say I'm agreeing with Tori.
Like Tori said, Obi-Wan was a teacher. He was not a teacher. He was more of a brother and needed a master / father figure. He needed Qui-Gon Jinn, not Obi-Wan. I'm sorry, if Qui-Gon would have been around, I think Anakin would have turned sooner. I know that's controversial, but I think he would have turned sooner. And
I don't think.
Why do I say that?
Definitely would have left the Order, though.
I think he would have been a little bit more strict with Anakin, and I think Anakin would have been more sneaky about it. You got to think, the kid, when he goes in, he's 10, 11, right? Okay, by 10, I was getting in trouble a lot.
Fair.
Anakin got into a Naboo starfighter and blew up a Trade Federation ship, and his logic was, Qui-Gon told me to stay in the ship. You're telling me that boy would not give Qui-Gon a run for his money all the time?
Fair.
Come on.
I see where you're coming from. Okay.
Obi-Wan was a bookworm. He wanted to study. He was all about following what the Order wanted Jedi to be. Anakin was more, let's go do this.
Yeah, but Qui-Gon did his own thing too. I mean,
that's
right.
another
I think,
point.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think Anakin would have left the Order if he was with Qui-Gon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have gone Sith, but he definitely would have left the Jedi.
I
Obi-Wan,
think he would have gone
you give
Sith.
Obi-Wan a little bit of time to mature. He would have understood the nuances of what the Jedi Code could be instead of the strict letter of the law that he understood it at first.
Yeah.
And so,
I think,
given time, I think Obi-Wan could have been that teacher for him. It was just too soon.
I just think with that, though, I think with Qui-Gon, yeah, it would have been nice to see Qui-Gon train Anakin. I would have been tenfold on that because any more Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn would be amazing. But I agree with that. He would have left the Order, but I think Dooku would have got a hold of him because Dooku left the Order around the time Qui-Gon was in Master and Apprentice. Dooku left.
Oh yeah.
You'll hear that in Master Apprentice. Dooku is gone, and everybody's always like, "Oh, Dooku this, Dooku that." Qui-Gon was even considering leaving, and then he got the offer to be a part of the Grand Council, which he was still training Obi-Wan at the time, so it was kind of hard for him to want to do that and give up on Obi-Wan. So I think if Qui-Gon would have had Anakin and was training Anakin, and Anakin did leave, I think Dooku would have found out due to the fact that Dooku and Qui-Gon still talked on a regular basis. They were friends.
Yeah.
That's why you always hear Dooku reference. No, I think Qui-Gon would have stayed. I think Qui-Gon would have stayed up until the point where the Clone Wars got too much to be, like where it was at in the Clone Wars. And then I think Qui-Gon would have left and just did his own thing. I think he would have pulled an Ahsoka.
Even Obi-Wan said he would leave the Order.
And I think that's
for Duchess.
That's what Anakin, right. But that's what I think Anakin would have done. He would have left, but I don't think he would have gone Sith. Because you leave the Order and all of a sudden now his love for Padme isn't this big, dark, forbidden secret that only the Sith can help.
Yeah.
His mind is now, he's more open-minded, willing to accept what comes, I think, instead of being so wound up with keeping this a secret and following the Jedi Code and having Padme and caring about Padme, but not being allowed to have feelings. Leaving the Order and leaving that really strict lifestyle might be that kind of eye-opening experience that allows him to think more clearly.
Maybe. It was eye-opening for Ahsoka, and Ahsoka was a lot like Anakin. So I could see how that might have Anakin might pull an Ahsoka where he's gonna go and do stuff and like work on ships or be a pilot or do all these things. But like I said, I'm dead set that Dooku would find out through Qui-Gon because Qui-Gon, like I said, talks to Dooku. I think Dooku would have found out. He's working for Sidious at that point. We saw that, obviously. I think he would have tried to recruit Anakin, and at that point, Anakin would be like, "No, I have my wife, and she's pregnant, and I'm married, and I'm living on Naboo. I'm working on starfighters, and I'm happy. I'm at peace. I don't think I want to do this." There's a whole thing with this that we can talk about.
So different.
Do you think Dooku would want to recruit him? Because think about it. The rule of two, Dooku's the apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
If he recruits someone else, he's literally killing himself.
No, I think you got to think he had Asajj Ventress.
Right,
Savage
as like an assassin.
And then she went and got Savage Press.
Mm-hmm.
Which turned around and tried to kill him. Dooku's not dumb. He's the Count of Sereno. Death threats and assassination attempts are on a regular basis with him.
So he's recruiting Anakin more as like an assassin rather than an actual Sith apprentice?
Yeah.
I would.
Think. In when you like, there's been comics where they talk about how Anakin's training. He was such a progressive like Jedi. He would learn something very fast. It would take him a couple tries, and then he's got it. Whether it was lightsaber training, force abilities, like when he lost his hand, you read it in Brotherhood. He found a way to connect with that biometric, the stuff in his arm, to be able to use the force through that hand. That's crazy. If he can do that with one arm, just imagine after he turns into Vader. he had probably sat there and practiced using those cybernetic arms to use the force between them. Because you got to think he choked bitches out just because they spoke up. Like, I don't know. Back to the predictions, though.
I do have one thing, and now this is more of like, what do you guys think? Do you think they're gonna try and connect Kenobi to the sequels at all?
Yes.
I
think
hope
we.
not. Oh,
hold on.
God,
hold
Disney, please.
Hold on. I don't think it's going to be an aggressive connection.
Like a subtle, more.
I
more
think
subtle?
it'll be like Palpatine's son, kind of
Okay.
thing, where he'll be down and like because we
So
see
just
him.
before riding, let's slide this in there.
No, this is a dull moment, but he runs into Palpatine's son, who's trying to run from Palpatine because he doesn't want to be a part of that shit. And Kenobi runs into him, and the son sees Kenobi and is like, "Oh, you're Obi-Wan Kenobi," and then Obi-Wan's like, "Oh, you're," and they both have this click of understanding. Hey, you're hiding from my dad, and I'm hiding from my dad. If I snitch on you, you definitely going to be snitching on me. And it's just a subtle, like 3-4 minute interaction. That's it, and that's how they connect it.
Yeah.
Not a whole story arc episode of just that, like a Clone Wars episode, you know?
Was it common knowledge that Palpatine had a son, though?
After the sequels came out, they did a bunch of stupid shit on it.
They kind of have to, you know.
Yeah.
Anything regarding sequels is just, it's so bad.
Like
Harrison's getting heated.
Like I said, I just think it's going to be subtle due to the fact that they want to make sure that connects properly. But at the same time, it's going to be too aggressive to do so because we still have 4, 5, and 6 before 7, 8, and 9.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to get
subtle.
We're probably going to get more 4, 5, and 6 references.
Hopefully.
Than we are 7, 8, 9. You're going to have
at
to
the
do
end of the
something.
day, like all of the sequels was trying to connect with the rest of Star Wars, and it didn't do a good job. I think just leave them be at this point. Like the more you try to connect them, the more you're just going to annoy people. I think.
You annoyed people. They annoyed people when they made that book about the Princess and the Scoundrel when they went on the honeymoon on the Halcyon Star Cruiser. That pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah,
like
Disney
people were
needs
not
to
happy.
Reevaluate.
I'm seeing a lot more reviews now that people are like they did spend the money and they're starting to like it. Like they're doing some pretty cool stuff with
That's
it.
good.
I guess. I'm not spending that money though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if I had a lot of money and I was staying there for like, I don't know, more than 3 days and I didn't have to cram everything in together, maybe I would enjoy it. But that's so much fucking money.
Yeah, for 2.5 days. No, that's understandable. Like, I'm sorry, you're spending. Okay, so I watched the video. This guy, just for him and his wife, he spent $6,580, not including the if you don't prepay for your food, you don't prepay for certain things, the outfits, the all this other stuff that goes with it. Yeah, he paid for all of it, and he said, honestly, I was pretty annoyed with the price. Obviously, that's a lot of money. That's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. Should it be longer? Yes. But for this amount, for this much fun, and he like went through and like described everything. He's like, the lightsaber training could have been a little bit longer, obviously.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go to Batu, I would go to Batu with my wife and just go. I don't have to be at a hotel to get shipped there. To go into Batu. Like, I understand it's part of the story, but
do you guys think we will see Palpatine in the Kenobi series?
Yes. Just for a second.
I haven't heard anything on that. That's a good question.
You think so?
That would be awesome. I would like to.
I think it would be a Vader Palpatine moment where Palpatine's like,
right.
You need to go handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my lord. And then that's all we get.
Part of what I liked about the original trilogy is Palpatine was such a mysterious, powerful character that he wasn't even in it until the very last episode. Like, you saw his hologram, but you didn't see him. And I kind of liked that he is like, because even in the prequels, like, yeah, he's a main character, but his Sith workings were so behind the curtain and in the shadows, and that's what he was so good at, was that deception. And so I
Right.
kind of like the idea of Palpatine being completely behind the curtain, working everything like with his puppet strings and chess moves, like all from behind the scenes. Because I think that's who Palpatine is this
Like I said,
puppet master.
I think he'd be in that chair, you know, that iconic chair, and he's
Mhm.
facing out, looking at something like on Coruscant.
Right. But I
And
think
Vader
it
walks
would ruin
in,
that
and
suspense that the original trilogy set up, because they didn't
well,
show
I'm
him
saying
in
like the
person.
chair's facing away, like you don't see him, but you hear
Gotcha.
him,
So
and
just
you can see
you
the
hear him.
road. You still get the mystery of it because you,
I
like I said,
gotcha.
you only get the holograms. So in that moment, you just see him, his back's turned, he's facing
Right.
the
That
chair, and
build
he's
up I'm
like,
talking about. 'Cause in the fourth one, they don't even like mention him almost. Like,
Yeah.
he's not
Nope.
in it at all. Fifth one, all you get is a hologram. Sixth one, he's in it. So I think, I don't know. I'd kind of be okay, and what I kind of want is that he's not even in it, because it continues on with that building suspense, like this puppet master who's behind it all, and never seeing him until the very end.
like I
And
said,
I kinda
if
like
they do, I think it'll just be that subtle. His back's
Yeah.
turned to the chair. Vader, you need to go to Tatooine and handle this.
Yeah.
And that's all you get. You just hear his voice. You don't see his face. It's still that mystery of who the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
It'll keep the
Now, what
mystery
do I
going
think
still.
Disney will do? I think Disney will put him in a little too much, but
Mm.
maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I think we are
Um,
going to be surprised with this series. I know a lot of people are scared and worried, but
That's me.
I
I
think
don't
they're
have
going to
much
do it
hope
right.
in Disney, to be honest.
So Obi-Wan
but-
Kenobi's director Deborah Chow has compared the series to mixing Joker with Logan.
Oh,
Darker.
Walking Phoenix's Joker,
That's dark.
and then to
and
Logan.
it's
Obviously, the last
TV7. What?
Yep. Yeah.
How?
That's how she compared
No
it.
way.
I'm not gonna take that to heart because the
Yeah,
last
I
time
call
I
it
took
BS.
like I don't know, Deborah Chow,
I like
directing, her directing has been on fucking
Yeah.
fire. It has
Unless
been
they
on
change
fire.
the rating, I'm calling BS, because what were they saying about Boba Fett? All killer, no, or all
That was
thriller, no
Robert
killer?
Rodriguez, and Robert Rodriguez is
and it was
actually
still
very
trash.
well known for doing that. You know, he is
Right.
well known for talking up his projects.
And
Don't
how
get
do
me
we know
wrong.
she's not doing that?
Deborah Chow's been good.
Yeah, if you watch any of her
Or,
episodes
like,
on Mando,
yeah.
Disney is
she
Disney
don't
is
she don't
She
fuck
crushes
around.
it.
I don't know. I won't believe that until I actually see it in the Kenobi series.
Which is
guys-
understandable.
Do you guys think Kenobi's going to be like struggling mentally?
Oh yes. Oh
Better be.
man.
He's got
Do
to
you think that's
be.
going to be heavy?
Like, I think
Oh yeah.
that should
I think
be
it's
the
gonna be
main
heavy.
theme of the show.
Yeah.
I think after that encounter in the town, I think in Mos Eisley when he runs into Owen and Owen does like he trained his father, I think that'll put him in a downward spiral for a minute where it's like it clicks in his head, you know, I did screw up with Anakin and I did lose all the Jedi and all these things. Like Obi-Wan's very good about keeping, you know, him, but at the same time, you got to think all those years of battles, you know, with Anakin, with Cody, with Yoda and Plo Koon and all that, just to be you and Yoda are the only ones left. That's got to be aggressive. And I think he will. I think it'll address trauma on another level.
Okay. Hear me out. Again, I'm not saying this because I'm obsessed with clones, but it's like maybe it's just a coincidence, but season 2 of Bad Batch is supposed to be an older Omega. Do you think they're trying to line that up with Kenobi and Omega might be in Kenobi, or the Batch at least?
I don't think so. I think if season 2 of Bad Batch came out first, then yes. But because Kenobi's coming out, I feel like Bad Batch hasn't gotten enough traction in order to bring Omega into Kenobi.
That's fair.
For like diehard fans, it has, but I feel like it's not widely known enough to bring it into the Kenobi series. I feel like the Kenobi series is pretty widely known, even among people who aren't diehard fans. They will probably want, or at least going to be interested in the Kenobi series. Bad Batch was more for people who were into.
I think with the Bad Batch thing, like with Omega, I think we'd see her more in Cassian Andor. because
fair.
you know how
Yeah.
Rex is working for the rebellion and all these things, right?
Yeah.
I think Omega would follow in that track. You know, she loved, she was friends with the Montez sisters. She was friends with Hera. You know, just think of that
I didn't even
interaction.
think of that.
Yeah. So I think we'd see her more in Andor. Like, do we get a glimpse of her and the guys in the background somewhere on
Okay.
Kenobi? That would
Yeah.
be kind of different because you got to think Kenobi's not just taking place in Tatooine.
Right.
It looks like he's in the lower levels of 1313 on Coruscant, and he looks like he's on multiple planets. So even just a glimpse of them in the moment would be better than not trying to bring everything into one full circle.
Yeah.
And they did it with Mando, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka and Luke. Like they did hey, here's an episode about Luke and Mando. Here's an episode about Ahsoka and Mando. Here's an episode about Boba Fett. No, Boba Fett gets a TV show. Here's Ahsoka and Luke. Here's Mando. Here's Grogu. Here's the finale where we get everything.
Yeah.
So it would make more sense if you brought that in due to the fact that people would lose their viewings. Disney viewings itself are what we're trying to get you to understand. If you do these subtle drops, people will go, oh shit, and watch the hell out of that episode.
Yeah. I think Bodhi makes a great point. That Kenobi has the biggest chance to bring all Star Wars fans together since Baby Yoda. I think it also has the biggest chance to make people really hate Disney. It is like arguably the biggest high risk, high reward since the sequel trilogy. Like it can really just knock it out of the park and make everybody happy with Disney again, or it can really like solidify, all right, we hate Disney.
I think it's going to be a completely different atmosphere. Like, I think it is going to bring a lot of fans together.
It's going to be a game changer, whether good or bad. It's going to be a game changer.
Oh yeah, hands down. I think we'll actually see a lot of that at Celebration this next weekend. I think Friday when all that comes out and everybody watches it, we'll see how people react at Celebration. If people hated it or if it's not good yet in their eyes, we'll see that reaction at Celebration. These people will boo Kathleen Kennedy or boo Deborah Chow. People don't have any mercy when it comes to this. We are a very passionate but sometimes toxic fandom.
Yes.
So if you are to screw with something that is so cherished and beloved, there are some people that go a little bit too extensive on we're going to tell you what we really fucking think. And we're probably going to hurt your feelings.
Bodhi says, if they mess it up, I will finally stop defending Disney Star Wars.
That's fair. See, that's my point. I think if Disney screws this pooch, Andor will drop. Nobody will care. Kenobi or Bad Batch will drop. Only us clone sympathizers will care.
I think the future of Star Wars kind of hangs on this show.
Yes.
Which is scary to say, but that might very well be true.
I have a theory, though. I didn't get to share mine yet. Do we get to see Dexter?
No.
Dexter Jester? No?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
I don't think Disney, in my opinion, Disney's too, Disney wants to promote their own stuff. And
he had a relationship.
Disney had Star Wars. Yeah, but that was before Disney really had Star Wars. And
they have Star Wars with this book, and he's in this book.
Yeah, he was close with Obi-Wan, so
even if it's just an interaction to help Kenobi get back to Tatooine somehow.
Like I need your help with a little something. You know what I mean? That'd be nice to see, though.
I would like to see Dexter again. I loved Obi-Wan.
Oh.
That was my favorite. I think he's awesome. But no, that was one of the ones. But do we think we're gonna see some serious action in this? Like some really deep seated fight scenes other than Kenobi and Vader?
That might be talked up a little bit. I think it's gonna be more of a
drama.
We're gonna obviously get the duels, but I don't think they're gonna be as crazy as everybody's putting in their head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You all saw that YouTube video where they recreated the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight. Everybody's seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be like that, where it's like that intense. I mean, that was an amazing creation. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm so like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Honestly, I think Disney either needs to knock this out of the park,
Mhm.
even if it's just a single home run and not a grand slam. It would be good for them, but if they ground out, it's not going to go well. I think it'll be, yes, I'm using baseball references to all the fans here. If they don't do this right, shit's going to hit the fan heavy. And there's going to be a lot of negativity in the world.
Right.
It's such a risk making the show.
You are better off just doing the damn movie with that director that literally was working with the guy who wrote the book and making literally the book into a movie. Yes, we have seen movies that have failed at trying to copy a book, but we also watched Harry Potter be great. Yes, there are points. Yeah, they were pretty damn close. Like if you just follow
as
a
far
book.
As movies off of books go, Harry Potter was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are moments in Harry Potter where it's like Dumbledore yelling at Harry, "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" He didn't yell. He said, literally in the book it says he said calmly,
right.
"Harry, did you
That's
put your..."
That's a pretty small detail compared to like every other movie based on a book.
if you're nitpicking stuff, yeah, there are some things that are missing, but an overall basis of the 7 movies, right? 7 movies, something like that.
8 movies.
What?
You're talking about Harry Potter? There's 8 movies.
Yeah. 8 movies.
Yeah, 8.
I watched them all for the first time with Tori like a month ago. So
they're so good.
Yes, no, and I was quite impressed because I've read the books. You know, I read the books in school, so I'm sitting here trying to remember everything I read in school, and I'm like, okay. If they could do this with Star Wars, these movies would be on fire. They would be like Maul Lockdown. I would love a rated R movie about Maul and Cog Hive 7 killing
Anything
people.
with Maul, CJ's on board. Let's just say that.
No, I'm just saying how gruesome it was. Like if they were to sit there and be like, "Yo, we want a rated R Star Wars," that is one of them. That is probably the most rated R book, other than that, the Death Trooper book. Kenobi's book. If you went off Kenobi's book by itself, that movie would be a good 2-hour and 45-minute movie. If they try to stay with it. So
what about do you guys think Hayden, do you think his face is going to be seen a lot or no?
I think we'll get a cryo chamber scene.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because we saw the arms get put on and the chest plate. I think we'll get that Vader helmet where he's got that look of, God, I don't want to wear this thing. Which I understand because I've put on Vader's helmet before. That just seems miserable.
That's some more of what I want to see. I want to see the struggles of the Vader suit.
Yeah.
That he has to deal with. You know what I mean? I want to see more of like behind of what Vader is. Even though I guess it'll lose a little bit of that mysterious element, but I feel like what really brings people to Vader is just his imposing presence. And so kind of seeing like the man behind the suit would be really cool, and all that emotion behind it.
Yep.
Yes, Bodie. I follow Ray Park avidly. That's how I found out we can meet him in Redland, California when we went. I do not think Darth Maul is going to be in this at all.
I hope not.
Because he literally 3 days ago, he posted that battle with him and Kenobi on Naboo. And then today he posted another one saying Tatooine ... LOL. And it's just him sitting on Tatooine, about to get on a speeder and leave.
Right. I think he's just there as like to help out, I think, kind of like the stunts and stuff.
He pouts and stomps his feet at Palpy, but Master, I don't want to wear the suit. I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see the childish moments in Vader.
Um,
All right. Anything else? Last couple things. I'm excited for Uncle Owen, man. I don't know why. I'm just pumped.
I don't
I've
get
never
you on
been.
that.
I've never been so excited for such like a not
Mine-
badass character.
It was like he's so minute though. Like
Dude,
he
I
has an
was
importance, but he's
I
minute.
was super excited for that Fast and Furious guy, but then I saw what he looks like in his upcoming show. I'm like, wow, he looks stupid. He looks so bad. Oh my gosh.
He's supposed to be.
I know what
They're
he's
not
supposed
just
to look
gonna
like,
put
and he
him with
doesn't
long
look like he's
hair.
supposed to look like.
This is the problem. This is just like with the Grand Inquisitor. Everybody's having problems and they're nitpicking here.
That's not nitpicky, bro. Look at how he looks.
He
It's not
looks
good.
menacing. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. If
Fast
he
and
walked up
Furious
to
guy?
me, yeah. If he walked up to me with that outfit on, I would kind of be a little
He looks
hesitant of like,
stupid as shit to me.
what are you doing?
All right. Anything else? Should we move on to news? Rumors?
we do news.
All right. Let me press the button.
The Ultimate News and Rumors.
All right, CJ, what do you got? Any new toys?
Yes, actually. They have released only 3 figures so far of the show. You get Reva, or Reva, however it's pronounced. We'll hear it in the show. Kenobi with his lightsaber and a blaster. You know how weird that is to see Obi-Wan with a blaster? Okay. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense because like I'm sure he's not going to just like he's out there, right? He's not going to use his lightsaber because he's kind of in hiding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a blaster would make sense. I get that.
And then we get one with Darth Vader.
Of course.
But they won't release what comes with Darth Vader. It's supposed to be a big pack. So I don't know if they have detachments and other things that go with it. It's just a Black Series figure, so I don't. All it shows is the figure. Like everything else is in a box, and it shows all the accessories except for Vader. Vader's by himself in this photo. So what are you
Interesting.
doing there, Hasbro?
Yeah.
What's your plan? Because I'm kind of curious now. Fortnite gave us Obi-Wan.
That's awesome.
You can play as Obi-Wan. You can come in on his Jedi Starfighter. You get his backpack.
Jeez,
you get
Fortnite.
whatever. I'm excited. I'm about to
No,
go
I
spend
think
money.
it's funny. No, like they cash in on popular things. Go Fortnite. Do you, I guess.
Yeah, I got Boba Fett and Fennec Shand off of when they did the Book of Boba Fett. So I run around as Boba Fett in Fortnite. So you can't really complain.
I don't like Fortnite, but I like that they have Star Wars characters.
I don't like Fortnite either, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
They
Um,
are talking a lot about merchandise at Celebration. Exclusive stuff that is going to be dropped the second they drop things like the Andor trailer or the Ahsoka snip or whatever. So expect more stuff on Disney's website
Yeah.
in the coming time. Like this week's probably going to be heavy on news and merchandise. Like companies are already jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, we need to make a Kenobi shirt and an Anakin shirt. So
It's going to be huge.
yeah.
It's going to be huge.
And the last thing I got is that
Fun
there is a TikToker who showed up to school to teach his class in a clone commando suit.
Oh my God.
Yep. Lights up and everything.
That's amazing.
wow.
Yeah. Got to give props
Class
to that
was it?
guy. It's just these kids look like they're around the age of like 6 and 7. He's part of the
okay.
501st Legion. So
Yeah,
he dressed up,
Well, that's
went
really
to
cool.
school in this armor to teach his class.
That's awesome.
What?
That's sick.
Why
Now I
didn't I
gotta
have
see the
teachers
video.
like that?
What?
I know, right? I didn't have teachers like that.
I would love that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
That is all I've got.
I have something. It's kind of on the lines of Kenobi. It was interesting. So, Rupert Friend, he's going to be playing the role of the Grand Inquisitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said, I almost deliberately did not see the animated interpretation of the Grand Inquisitor. So, he's never seen Rebels. He's never watched the Grand Inquisitor, right? So, at first, people, I don't know. Do you guys find that concerning at all before I go on?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I would if
His
I mean if I
take-
was going into it.
Right.
What's that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying if I was going in to play a character, I would try and watch any or read any material having to do with said character. So it's kind of weird to me that he didn't. But
I kind of like. So he said, I really wanted to honor the character as I saw him. So I almost deliberately did not see the animated interpretation. Myself and
That's
Deb
the only
Chow and
interpretation
Dave
we've
Filoni-
got.
Right. Myself, Deb Chow, and Dave Filoni, and all the guys really wanted to do something fresh that honored and was faithful to the spirit of the character without doing a kind of impression of anybody else's interpretation. When you explain it that way, I'm actually not too upset about that because he did
No, I mean,
read. He said he did a bunch of research about like the Inquisitor's Jedi past, and how he used to be a Jedi Guardian, all that stuff. And so it looks like he's trying to do his own take on the character, which I can respect that. I mean, I think we can agree when someone tries to be someone else's interpretation, like people don't necessarily like it. You Solo, if you view this actor as pretending to be Harrison Ford's Han Solo, you're not gonna like it. If you view him as this is his Solo, he ends up doing a decent job, right?
Yeah.
correct.
So maybe he can do a good job if he does his own, I guess, take on this Grand Inquisitor, as long as he still brings that same kind of like bad guy vibe, but while also like his own kind of fresh take. I can see how that works. I can see how it works out. On top of that, he also says the fact that the Grand Inquisitor used to be a Jedi, he says that's going to play a lot of a role and adds a lot of emotion to it. So I'm excited to see what he means by that and what aspect that's going to play.
Yeah.
But I can also understand people being concerned by it.
This was on Star Wars Newsnet. Rosario Dawson is with Ahsoka for the long haul, and she discusses the future of the character. So in the Vanity Fair interview, she discussed Ahsoka Tano at length and just talked about the upcoming filming of the show and how she would like to be the character for quite a bit of time. Yeah, I would too if Disney's going to pay me that kind of money.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, if you offered me a character that was big like that, I'm gonna milk that cow as long as I can.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Is there any other
anything
news?
else?
I don't know.
No,
I haven't heard anything really. I think they're waiting.
I think it's
Apparently there's a
dormant because of
rumor-
Celebration.
There's a rumor that ScarJo is being pursued for a Star Wars role. Oh, did you just say that? Yep. I'm just like scrolling through. All right. I guess go to the next thing.
Wait, hold on. Dark Horse Comics announces 2 new all-age series coming later this year. What do you mean by all-age?
Probably like okay for kids.
Are you like, yeah, it's okay, but like if it's all age, like is there obviously there's not a limit because you say all age, but does it have its inappropriate moments, or am I able to give this to my 3-year-old to like try and read and there's a sex scene in this? Like you got to be specific with the all age title here. Like, is it what is it? Like, I know it got an Obi-Wan and Anakin storyline during the Clone Wars, during the whole before I believe from the photo it's after Geonosis, because in this photo it's Obi-Wan, Anakin, their lightsabers are lit, and Padme's in the middle protecting a child that's behind her, and I think it's a Wookiee. Yeah, it's a Wookiee child hugging Padme's leg in fear. So, is it because it's dark? Is it like what's going on exactly? You know?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I like reading. It is, and I don't like when they're vague because it's either going to be a really good series like Vader. Vader's series was amazing through Dark Horse, or it can be very poorly writ and it could suck. And I don't like bad books or comics. So.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Chris came prepared for the quiz, dude. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. He remembered. Anybody else? Be sure to send us some. Are we ready, guys?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Stop right there, you rebel scum. Prepare yourself for the Star Wars Impossible quiz. Blast them.
Okay, I just noticed that's Kyle's voice on a Stormtrooper helmet.
Oh my gosh. Just noticed that. I've been noticing that since the beginning, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with CJ. I didn't notice that either.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stuck on the knee plate. The knee plate being on the wrong knee. I'm stuck on the knee plate being on the wrong knee when that guy kneels down. That knee plate is specifically made for that purpose, and this is why the Stormtroopers are obsolete. This is why clones are winning.
Listen, yeah. They're always going to win.
Okay. First question from Chris. The Clone Wars. Obi-Wan goes undercover as a bounty hunter. What was the name of that bounty hunter he played? Oh, I just watched this.
Yeah, I did a video on it.
I did a post where they shaved his head
in
that moment.
James Hardeen. Hardeen is the last name. I remember because it's James Hardeen.
Rako
Hardeen.
Yes.
Rako.
Let's see what Chris says. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. Suck it. I knew it was Hardin. Let's go, James Hardin. My basketball knowledge coming in handy a little bit. Just kidding.
I'm excited we took. Oh, here's another one. Obi-Wan goes by Ben Kenobi in A New Hope. Where else do we hear him go by Ben?
Oh God.
Duchess Satine calls him that. That's where he originally got Ben.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that.
That is my guess.
Yeah, that's final answer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
While undercover, Rako Hardeen, Obi-Wan uses Ben as a code name when speaking with the Jedi. You're going straight off Clone Wars, though. Damn you. Also, real fast, Bodhi, I know you got questions, man. I ain't going to drop this. And my lovely woman can add them, too. While undercover as Rako Hardeen, Obi-Wan uses Ben as a code name. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm just waiting for the next one. Anybody else? Let's go. Hit us up. We're too smart for y'all.
I thought Chris was asking where he got Ben from, and I was like, well, he got that from Duchess Satine.
Oh no.
I didn't read it right. I was thinking of the origin story behind it.
What is Obi-Wan's home planet? I actually don't know that.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that.
I'm trying to think.
Hold on. Cal Reed?
No. It's one with a C.
I thought it.
Oh, Chris, I don't know. I can't think.
I've never been good at quizzes, so.
I
have test anxiety.
Oh, no. I know it. I know this. Oh, yeah.
Stu John, named after John Stewart. Turk's Briefs. Thanks for coming in and coming out with a question right out the gate.
The
What was Kenobi's first line in the prequels?
Oh God.
I have a bad feeling about this. Something about the negotiations.
Negotiations.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the scene. I just watched the prequel, so how do I not know this?
Hold on. I gotta think. Don't send it yet. Don't send it yet. Please don't send it yet. I'm trying to like go through the thing in my head.
Well, welcome to the show, by the way, Trunks Briefs.
So I have a bad feeling about this. I'm pretty sure I have a bad feeling about this. Isn't it?
Maybe it's hello there.
That would be awesome.
No, I reckon it's I have a bad feeling about this.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
I don't know either. LL. He was with Qui-Gon.
Oh my gosh!
I
You
love the
mother
question,
trucker.
though. Now I'm going to have to Google it.
He's blocked. He's blocked. Google it. I know his last words in the prequel trilogy are. Okay. While Sir Alec Guinness is the first time we meet Obi-Wan in Star Wars, what is the other first for Star Wars Alec did off screen?
So what?
He
What?
did another role in Star
I have
Wars?
no
Yes, he did.
idea. Off screen though. Producer. I don't fucking
Makeup artist?
know.
Oh, come on.
Oh, costume specialist.
Voice. So
I have a
not
bad
like
feeling
voice.
about this. Did you Google it, CJ? Was
No,
that right?
I didn't Google this.
I'm gonna do Phantom.
He was the
Menace.
first and only Star Wars actor to be nominated for an Oscar Best Supporting Actor.
Really?
What?
Huh.
Well, he got an Oscar.
That's. I mean, hey.
He
That's cool.
beat Leo DiCaprio by doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to watch it and then I can send it in the chat because I can't find it.
I was right. Obi-Wan's first line is I have a bad feeling about this. I just looked it up.
Really?
Suck it.
Who
Ewan
from
McGregor?
Ewan McGregor's family also had a role in Star Wars? His uncle had a role in Star Wars. He was Wedge Antilles.
Wow.
And
Oh,
in
wow.
Phantom
Yeah.
Menace,
Yeah,
you
he
get
went to go
you get
watch. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
in Phantom Menace, the pilot of Padme's ship when they're going to leave the cell, like when they're going to Coruscant, that pilot that's talking to Anakin, that is his uncle, and he is actually in a scene with his uncle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, he even
Dennis
gives
Lawson.
an interview about how we went to the movies to watch the Star Wars movie and saw his uncle.
Yeah,
Or to see his uncle in the movie.
I really need to look up on actors trivia. For
Which
this
other
fucking-
big name actor was considered to play Obi-Wan if Ewan McGregor didn't take the role?
Ooh.
Daniel Craig?
no.
I know this one.
Or am I flipping it? Ewan McGregor was considered to be James Bond.
I think you're flipping it, which
Yeah, I
I
think
would
I'm
not complain one bit as him as 007.
It's funny because he said he didn't want to play James Bond because he didn't want to be recognized as just one role.
But he plays Obi-Wan and has came back as
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Kind of just got recognized for just the one role. Although Addison showed me. Sorry, this is totally off topic. Addison showed me this movie by him called like Big Fish or something.
Yep.
Fantastic. Great movie. Great movie.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hold on, I have to picture it.
I couldn't see that. I'm happy that didn't happen.
I look at Hugh Jackman and all I see is Wolverine. I can't see it, Chris.
Right.
I believe it's. I believe that that's the answer because obviously you looked up questions for us, but I don't see Hugh Jackman doing it.
Hugh Jackman's a great actor. We only see him as Wolverine, but if you see some of his like more serious roles, like The Prestige, he's fire.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, so he could be a great actor. Trunks thinks Big Fish is awesome. That's all Chris got.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. That was great. And yeah, Big Fish is dope. My wife is dope for showing it to me.
Trunks Briefs is new.
What?
Trunks Briefs.
Yeah, welcome
I
Trunks
like
Briefs.
I like seeing new people.
I mean, it's an interesting username you got there, but welcome.
I'm digging it. It's cool.
I'm digging it. She digs the briefs.
I do.
You know what Kim prefers.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Is there anything else, guys? This was kind of a short episode. Flip, we're already done. Dang it. Dude. Okay, so without Kyle, we ended 111. With Kyle, we ended like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So Kyle talks for an hour and 30 minutes, bro. Or an hour and 20 minutes. He's a talker. I'm just kidding.
You know he's going to listen to this, and the first thing he's going to say in the chat is, fuck you, Garrison.
Yeah.
Dude, Kyle's great. Love Kyle.
I am ready for him to be back. Not going to lie. I enjoyed conversating with both of you, but for some reason it's like there's a missing piece of the puzzle and you can't fucking find it.
We did
You guys
skip the what if.
skip what if. So Kyle does the what if. Kyle has a list of what ifs. That is kind of like his baby. And that's just what he does. And I don't think it would be right to take what he does and then do it. Because I don't want to do a what if that he was saving for a big episode because I have a bunch of what ifs myself. Unless if you guys want to do a what if, we can.
We can do one what if. I mean, it's out of order, but who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
down.
do it.
It only takes one decision to decide the direction of the galaxy. A decision that will influence the outcome. But if that decision went the other way, reality as we know it would change forever. The galaxy would be on a different course. Things that have happened would cease to exist. A new narrative would be etched into creation. So we are going to analyze those other possibilities when we ask, what if?
Hey,
All
CJ,
right.
did you know that was Kyle's voice too?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. Real fast, we do apologize for the misorder of things, but like I said, we kind of don't really do this without Kyle because it's Kyle's baby.
Yeah.
But
If this gets more views than the shows with Kyle, Kyle's getting fired. All your friends. I'm just kidding. Watch. All of a sudden, we're going to lose all our live views. It's...
Hi, guys.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, what if? What if Padme never got pregnant with Luke and Leia?
With Padme never got pregnant.
What would happen? What would be the...
Would Anakin even go to the dark side?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if he would. They would have kept it being a secret. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also think Palpatine would have figured out some other way to manipulate
Oh, yeah.
Anakin, having to do with Padme. He would have,
He
like...
had plans.
What would have... Actually, I think what would have happened is he would have... The Separatists would have captured Padme alive, threatened to execute her. Then he could have gotten him to, like... You know what I mean? Or he would have framed Padme for working with the Separatists.
That's
The
how
Jedi
Palpatine-
would have, like, held Padme hostage or something. Or would
Palpatine
have,
always had a
arrested
plan.
Padme. that would have really sent Anakin off the edge. So I think Palpatine would have had a plan.
He would have, yeah. It's like he has a backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan. It's like constant. Like he's a master manipulator. He would have found a way.
Charlie, what are you doing?
I was looking at something and I was like, oh, I'm gonna type it in the chat. I can't help it. Hi guys.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so yeah.
I go with Tori.
Yeah, I think he would have. Oh, Annie wouldn't have gone to Palpy for guidance and helped save his wife and child, and Padme could have held her own with the Separatists. She's done it before in the Clone Wars.
Yep.
All right, which is why
I am gonna be openly honest. That was probably the proudest moment I've had right now with her in this, in the message, like in our chat.
I love Tori.
She just started watching Clone Wars. Because I was so adamant on her to watch it because she's like, I don't want to. I don't feel like I'm gonna like it. I'm like, well, this is the last thing George Lucas did before he sold it to Disney. So you can watch George Lucas's greatness one last time and understand what the hell I'm talking about, or you can just sit there in a state of denial and not watch it.
So what's the verdict? Does she like Clone Wars?
She's liking it.
Good.
What season is she on?
I do not know. I'm just waiting for her to catch up with me. And then we can watch the rest together. No, I believe with this what if, I think Palpatine would have found a way to get her captured because he's very good at that. He got himself captured by Dooku and Grievous, just to have Dooku killed. You really think this man is not going to find a way to kill Padme?
Well,
come on.
Chris, I believe it was, yeah. I think the Clone Wars would have also gone on for a while longer. Or Palpatine would have executed Order 66 sooner because he wasn't getting what he wanted because he could have.
Yeah, I think he
could
would
have
have just pulled the
controlled the
trigger a little
clones.
sooner.
I think a great way would have been he framed Padme, Jedi arrest Padme, Anakin kills Jedi to save Padme, then execute Order 66, something like that.
He would have found a way to get Anakin.
You would frame Padme in such a way that only the Jedi knew about it, so that the rest of the super easy way. Oh, they're kidnapping this random senator. Why are the Jedi doing this? Perfect way to say, oh, Jedi are committing treason. Right?
She's a member of the Senate. They're capturing a member of the Senate. Yeah,
exactly. You see that? Boom. That's my guess. Dude, genius. I'm a better planner than Palpatine. Come at me.
Jeez. I think Palpatine would have found a way to kill her in a traumatic way to a point where it would turn Anakin very fast. A lot faster than what we got in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but he would have to do it in such a way that it couldn't be traced back to him. Because if Anakin finds out that Palpatine killed her, you know what I mean? He's not going to join him.
Palpatine also kind of told Anakin everything about the Jedi and what his plan was.
Yeah, but it was after
That's true.
already kind of like it was after Anakin had stepped into his trap.
Which is fair.
You're the Sith Lord.
No.
I would certainly
I don't
like
want
to.
it.
Me? Nah.
Are you going to kill me? I would certainly like to.
That was really good. That sounded like him. I would certainly like to.
I don't know what's with you in these impressions all of a sudden, but you're like on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I sat all day yesterday at work trying to quote Saw Gerrera, and I couldn't get it like you were because I was listening to us. I was like, damn it! How does he do it?
Google it. I love that one. All right. Anything else?
No.
Dude, I guess we are done. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it was so quick and short. I am the Senate. How was that? Was that
what
good?
was that face? That was good, but what was the face though? You had to dig deep. I had to dig
deep. Are you kidding me? You dig deep. Do it. Or my favorite line of his.
That was good.
I almost just
Every time you do that, I just want to pull a Kit Fisto and go, ah!
All right, guys, like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. It was great having you on today. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the chat. We love you. Kim, is there anything else you want to say?
I'm not going to see you guys next week, but the week after.
May the force be with you, Kim. CJ?
Nope, nothing.
All right. May the force be with you guys. We love you big time. And yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by PicFilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Kim Lanise, Garrison Turcotte, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.